Fourscore and one season ago.
Okay, you didn't do this one yet.
We were here with Any Given Thursday. It's me, Rob.
And me, Kevin. You did start a Fourscore once.
Did I?
Yes, but it wasn't a season ago because we weren't in a different season.
That makes sense.
So it's different.
Okay, I'll take it. I think it works.
So we're talking about presidents?
Kind of. I have a question for you to start this one.
Is it a yes or no question?
No.
Is it a question that will incriminate me? I plead the fifth. Episode's over. No.
What president?
Which president?
Sure.
Or what president? It depends on the rest of the question.
Probably which would be better, to be honest.
Okay.
Which president overall would win in a fistfight after their first year in presidency?
After their first year?
Yep.
So
you got all of them out there. I think there are definitely some that have better odds than others.
Yeah, Andrew Jackson's up there.
You think Andrew?
Dude.
I thought of that one too, but I don't think he's as high as you'd think he'd be.
He was a badass motherfucker. He was also an asshole.
Okay, well, yeah, for a lot of reasons. But so was not an asshole, but so badass motherfucker like Eisenhower.
Oh yeah, but he was just in charge. Okay,
so you're just taking away his military authority.
Yep. Wow. He was a general.
Wow.
Everyone knows that the generals don't do shit.
It depends. So, okay, when I was thinking about this, I was like, Washington was probably a little old, but I feel like he could have thrown down all right.
He could take a punch. He wouldn't worry about losing any teeth, so. He could probably take a punch all right. All right, so we're just going to go one by one, huh?
I don't think one by one's necessary.
Well, here it is.
Because I think there are a lot who would just not matter.
Okay. John Adams?
Nah.
So you say this.
Nah.
I think John Adams has more of a chance than people give him credit for.
What?
Didn't you see that series with Paul Giamatti?
I did not, actually.
Oh, okay. We watched it in high school.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That must have been coming out as you were in...
No, maybe. No. Maybe.
Huh, okay.
I don't know.
It was around then. It was somewhat new as we were I
think it was a 2008.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was a 2007, 2008. Because, we watched it in 2010. In sophomore year U.S. history.
It was multi-season too, wasn't it? Or was it a limited series?
I thought it was a limited series.
I didn't watch it. It doesn't really...
I think it was just a limited series. But he seemed like he could take... Well, maybe it's just Paul Giamatti. Maybe Paul Giamatti can take a punch.
Paul Giamatti can definitely take a punch. Paul Giamatti also definitely has taken a punch.
Fair.
I don't know if he's dished one out, but he has taken a punch.
Fair. Yeah, in Big Fat Liar.
At the very least.
Yeah, he took a punch from Frankie Muniz.
That probably wasn't that
hard. You'd be surprised. He was also an agent. So, they got to train your punches to be pretty good if you're going to be a kid agent.
I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Sideways.
I don't think so.
It's more or less about these two depressed middle-aged dudes who get really shit-faced on wine.
Tonight's beverage are margaritas.
Margaritas?
Dude. I guess we're not middle-aged yet.
No, we are not. Is that really what you were thinking?
What?
Kevin, you might feel middle-aged. We are not there yet, and I will not let you give us that. No.
Rob, you might be halfway.
I'm well over halfway.
Okay, so you're middle-aged, dude.
No, I'm at 160%. So, if
you're over halfway, you're middle-aged. I hope I got 10 more years until I'm middle-aged, but we'll see. Next 80 would be all right. Anyways,
Anyway,
Paul Giamatti can take and throw a punch.
Yeah, I don't think John Adams. No.
All right, fine.
I think Jefferson was too old, and he was too used to giving punches, and they couldn't hit him back.
Yeah. I mean, those weren't punches. Those were love taps.
Ooh. Let's speak no more about that one and just let it go.
Non-consensual love taps. Thomas Jefferson. Great president. Terrible humanitarian.
Yeah, and also would not win in a fist fight.
No.
Special guest Maisie?
Yeah. When Maisie meets podcast, okay.
All right.
So we keep. All right. So the next one.
Are we really going to go through all of them?
No, we don't have to go through all of them. We don't have to go through all of them.
Okay.
But Jackson, I think it would be the one that I would stop at next. Because I truly think that Andrew Jackson could take a punch and give a punch.
I don't think he would win overall.
Why not?
He was one angry motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, he won so many duels.
I feel like Grant would get a good run for his money.
Yo, I mean Lincoln too. Well, actually, no.
You know what?
No.
I don't know.
Nope.
I thought Lincoln too. He was a wrestler. He was a big lanky lad.
He was a wrestler. He
was he?
Yes. Yeah. So like I think he would adhere to the rules. Like he would be a fair. He would like put a fair wrestling match. I don't think he'd actually punch someone.
Honest Dave.
Right. Like I think
he's definitely in the upper half.
Yeah, but I don't. Well, the last time he got hit in the face, it didn't go so well for him.
Ooh.
I guess it was a bullet, though.
He got hit in the back of the head.
Oh, true. Yeah, okay, not the face. All right, fine, the head. Fine, you're right. My bad. Didn't go through his eye.
Ooh, yeah.
No, it did. Well, I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Similar vein. Do you think JFK can take a punch?
Yes. I was actually thinking that JFK would do fairly well in a fist fight. I think of the ones we've named, I think we have like 3 of probably the top 10.
Jackson is 100% top 10.
Jackson, Grant.
For me. Grant, yeah, I'm all in on Grant.
Jackson, Grant, probably Lincoln, and I think JFK's up there.
So now, is it a magic punch?
What? Why?
Well, because, the magic bullet theory was what killed him, since it
oh,
came
God.
back.
Oh, geez.
So if it's a magic punch, he's got no chance. But if it's a regular punch, then he could definitely be top 5, probably.
Yeah, if somebody's out here Monkey D. Luffying it, and they can just bend their freaking punches.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Let's hope Jackie Kennedy isn't in the first row.
Yikes. Ooh, the blood splatter.
The blood splatter.
The brain splatter.
Yeah, actually, for real.
Yeah.
That guy's dark.
You didn't think this would?
Oh no, 100%.
Oh, okay.
We're not even as dark as I intend to get this yet.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. We skipped a few. Teddy's doing well.
Oh, dude, Teddy is.
I feel like Teddy and Grant would go at it for days.
Teddy might be my number 1.
Teddy might be your number 1, eh?
Teddy might be my number 1. Dude, he's a badass motherfucker.
He was.
Like he rode into war
on a horse.
Which was pretty normal for the late 1800s, early 1900s, but still.
Yeah, but he was also looking for fights.
Yes.
Like he didn't even really need to be.
No.
Is that I'm gonna fuck this up.
Spanish American War.
Yeah, I know. Bay of Pigs?
No.
That's way later.
That was JFK.
Yeah, that was JFK.
Uh-huh.
Yep. There was something similarly...
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. There was something similarly named that Teddy did.
He built the Panama Canal with his bare hands.
That he killed a bear for and put them on his hands.
Yes. But he wouldn't actually kill a bear because he was a great conservationist. He'd never kill a bear.
Only if he wanted it in a fist fight. He would fist fight a bear. He had the mustache.
He would win fist fighting a bear.
I
aspire to be Teddy Roosevelt.
An adolescent bear.
I think I could too. So I think I just want to be Teddy Roosevelt.
I bet he was a whiskey drinking man.
Oh, he gives the vibes at least.
I forget when.
He could definitely throw a way better punch than his cousin.
Yeah, he could. Look at his cousin is specifically why I said after the first year of presidency, because his cousin had 3 terms, and by the end, definitely was not winning any fights. But somewhere in the early stages, might have done slightly better than some of the other ones.
Polio's a bitch.
Polio is a bitch. But I still think that he would be in the upper half.
Do you think FDR makes top 10? I don't.
You don't think? Oh no, FDR? No.
FDR. Yeah, his cousin, Teddy's cousin.
No, FDR doesn't make top 10.
Right.
Upper half, not top
10. Okay.
Taft's pretty low. He doesn't have the endurance.
Dude, well, if it's only one punch you gotta throw.
No. It's not one I'm gonna sit on you. It's one punch. No.
One punch! Actually, I just watched season 2 like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't seen season 2 of One Punch.
They have like 4 seasons now, don't they?
Well, on Hulu they got 2.
Oh, okay.
No, the third one's not even out yet. So get out of here.
Hulu is not an accurate representation of
I know,
anime.
But the 3rd season of One Punch is not out yet.
I have been far removed for a long time. I cannot accurately say. I'm pretty sure they're further in subbed, not on Hulu.
Okay, maybe in sub.
Oh, I didn't watch dubbed One Punch.
Dude, I 100% watched dubbed One Punch.
No, I couldn't do it.
It's brilliant.
No, I started it in subbed. I could not switch. You know my rules.
I know your rules. I follow similar rules, but dub One Punches, it's something. But yeah, so I just watched season 2. Like a month ago. It was good. I enjoyed it. I don't think dub season 3 is out yet, though.
I don't know about what's out or what's out in dubbed.
Fair.
I'm sorry.
Fair. You know what? I'm gonna lay down the law. It's not. 100% positive. It's not.
I really hope humor we are now acknowledging exists.
Yeah, that's a thing now, huh?
It happened a lot last episode.
It happened it did. So now, how does that work? We're not worrying about it.
We're not worrying about
Presidents.
Taft's pretty low.
Mm-hmm. What about like McKinley? He got shot at his inaugural address, but he didn't die right away. He died, I think, like a month later or something like that.
No,
a couple months later.
You can take a bullet, you can take a punch. You can't dish one out, though.
I mean, I don't think he was dish one out after he took the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he took that bullet like a champ. I think he might have finished the speech.
No. He probably wrapped up the speech.
Sure, but I think he finished the speech. I mean, yeah, probably not the whole speech, but I'm pretty sure he stood at the podium and at least finished, gave the speech a finish, if that makes sense.
Giggity. Good chance. I don't know enough about McKinley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
William
McKinley.
William.
For sure.
H?
No.
William
Maybe.
H. McKinley?
No,
I don't know. You don't fuck middle names.
No.
William McKinley, though.
No.
Old Billy McKinley.
Although, seeing that you bring it up, which Bush is winning?
The younger one.
Well, it's after their first year of presidency.
After their first year?
Yep. So they'd be different ages.
Oh, HW.
I thought HW too. To be honest.
I mean, he beat his kid growing up, so it's just one more punch, right? I don't know that. Just a disclaimer, I don't know that, but I wouldn't be surprised. And just, listen, you're going to give it,
Woo.
if you're going to go parent versus child here.
No, Daddy, no.
Like, I'm going to pick the parent.
They're from Texas?
Well, Bush grew up in Connecticut.
Both of them?
The younger one grew up in Connecticut because he went to, didn't he go to Yale?
I would be surprised, but maybe.
I think he went to Yale.
Money can get you grades.
I think maybe they moved to Connecticut. I know he went to Yale.
Okay. I thought at least
because he was part of that. He was a part of that club.
Book club.
There's the secret club that all future presidents join. Okay, this sounds like a conspiracy theory, but this is like an actual thing.
Oh yeah, yep.
So there is. I think it's Yale or Harvard. It's some sort of one of the Ivies.
Mm-hmm.
There's a club that has produced numerous presidents that's existed for like a century or something like that. Yeah, it's a thing.
What?
And Bush Jr. was in that club. I think he was also an a cappella in college.
Wasn't he a cheerleader?
Yes, he was. That's what it was.
He was definitely a cheerleader.
He was a cheerleader. Yes. Yep.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and I think it was Yale. I think it was Yale.
I remember it was green. I don't know.
What?
I remember his uniform was green. I remember a picture of him as a cheerleader, and he was in green uniform.
Well, their symbol's blue.
Must not have been Yale. Was it Harvard?
No, they're gray and red, maroonish.
That sounds
burgundy.
Probably right. I don't know. Maybe in high school he was a cheerleader?
That could be too.
Both? We're giving him both now?
Just give them both.
Oh, sure. Good for him.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a college cheerleader, you probably had to start in high school.
Right. You're not just going to jump right into college.
They
require experience.
Maybe. I mean, for that not sport.
Whoa. Take that
back. It's an activity.
No, it's a sport.
I mean, maybe. My college my high school cheerleaders, I don't know about that. My college cheerleaders, yeah, I knew one of them. They were pretty cool.
Cheerleading is a sport.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's a sport. My high school cheerleaders were fucking incredible.
Well, Kevin, they had to, give something for the people to watch. Really put on a show because it wasn't from your sports.
Right, but they can. Basketball was good.
What sport did you play?
Not basketball. Okay. But no, they competed, and they won states. I think every single year I was there. Regionals. But
that doesn't make sense.
Times.
I'm pretty sure our cheerleaders did too.
Yeah, they wish they did.
But only the winter sport. The basketball season. The football season was like, are you guys there?
Well, our cheerleaders never showed up for our football games.
Well, there are reasons.
Yeah, I don't blame them. We were trash. But I think they were competing or something. I don't know. They did really well. They were really good for a number of years.
Okay. Actually,
it's a sport.
Maybe. My high school cheerleading team really let me down. Although some of them were pretty good.
Personally?
Fuck it. Why not?
You were personally let down by your high school cheerleading team.
I don't know the proper way to respond here.
No, I'm clarifying. You said yes. I just want to make sure that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. One of them was on our last episode. And I'm friends with another who actually became a Yukon cheerleader, and she did fantastic. She's great. She was a good cheerleader. But, it takes more than two.
I'm going to just let it sit. I'm just going to let it sit.
I'm probably not gonna make it connect anytime soon, so it's fine.
Okay.
It'll happen eventually. But, all right, yeah. HW over W.
Yeah. Because he's the dad.
Yeah.
And parents hit their children.
Or at least...
Back in the day.
At the very least did, yeah, for shit and drink.
Sip and drink. No. So So yeah, okay, HW over W. I don't think either of them are like cracking the top 20.
This is gonna sound really bad.
You know what's going to sound really worse?
What?
I don't know the exact.
I was gonna ask that too. I was like, I don't remember what number we're up to. I think it's 45.
Which that's a guess. I was going to say mid to high 40s.
It's mid 40s. I'm
How about 6? Let's say 6.
46.
I don't know. How about 4? I thought. Nope. Don't know. We should know.
We should know.
Oh well.
Don't know. It's not 50.
It's not 50.
It's not 50.
It's higher than 40.
It's
Was it?
higher than 40.
Hold on.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. I think it's 4. I think it's 44.
Okay.
Wasn't Clinton 40?
That sounds right to me because I thought Obama was 42.
It was Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden.
Gross.
I think Clinton was 40. So I think we're 44.
Okay.
And I don't think either of them make the top 20. I think they might be 21 and 22.
Where?
Punching. HWNW.
And punching. I'm sorry.
And Punching
And punching.
are like just not top 20.
Just not top 20? Okay.
That's what I think, at least.
Just lower half.
I think just in this discussion, though, that I'm going to give more credit to older presidents. So
I was thinking the exact opposite, so...
Really?
Oh, do you mean like older at time of presidency or like later on, like earlier in time?
Earlier presidents.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, like aside from Teddy, pre-1900s would have a greater chance, I would say, than post-1900.
I partially think the opposite, but I'm a little unsure.
Okay. Who stands out for you, aside from Eisenhower, which I disagree with?
Not Jimmy Carter.
Not Jimmy Carter. He's not punching anybody.
No.
Oh, okay. Hold on. LBJ. He might win me over. I think LBJ has a mean right hook. Had a mean right hook.
Why?
Because he had a big penis.
What?
You didn't know that?
Are you saying this for fact?
Yes. So, this may be historical legend. It may be true. But
okay.
when, LBJ, after he took office, when he was in meetings with his cabinet or secretaries,
Just whip it out.
He apparently at one point
No fucking way.
whipped it out and threw it on the table,
What the fuck?
and it was fucking huge in order to get his point across.
How does that get your point across?
I don't know, but
It's
inspiring.
It's really a way to fucking listen to me, you fucks.
Yeah,
Dick on the table.
yeah,
Is that where that phrase comes from?
probably. Listen, LBJ, he was before his time. If you want to get a point across, if you're upset with someone, maybe
Whip it out.
just whip it out.
You take inspiration, huh?
See, you knew where I was going. So I think I don't. This is definitely correlation, not causation.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if he has a big penis and he's willing to show it, he probably has a mean right hook.
I don't know if I really agree, but I don't know if I can fight it.
You can certainly try.
All right, some arguments here for the latter half of the presidency, time-wise. Okay. I think that JFK would do well, legitimately.
I think he was
both younger and
Catholic.
Yes. Honestly, you know what? Fuck it. Yes.
I mean, he was the first Catholic president, so
My dad, growing up in a Catholic family, took a lot of hits, and you know what?
Woo. He was Irish Catholic too. So.
Yeah, not my dad. JFK.
No, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're not talking about Bobby anymore.
No, we're not talking about Bobby here. I think JFK. He was also in the war. He was also a veteran.
Yeah.
Fair, but still.
Yeah, he was also a pretty rich boy that, grew up on the Cape.
Hey, you watch it out for them there, Cape Boys, alright? They'll surprise you.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. I know a few of them. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah?
Uh-huh.
They're gonna punch me? Pretty hard?
Maybe.
Harder than
Okay, if we're going to sit here
Teddy?
If we're going to sit here and say that anybody but Teddy wasn't a prissy rich boy, then I don't know what to tell you.
The Roosevelts were a big name by that point as well.
Yes, but I feel like he did enough to really, really sell that he was an outdoorsy ruffian.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yep.
First hipster.
No.
Yes.
I'm not giving you that.
Yes.
I'm not giving you that.
Yes.
No.
Because he tried so hard to throw off the image that was placed upon him because he wanted to be different and the alternative to society.
No. Actually, hold on. I don't know about...
All right, we'll give it to Hoover then. Yeah, see? Yeah, no.
If you're saying first hipster president...
Yeah.
Actually, based on your definition, Obama.
Based on my definition, Lincoln.
Ooh, okay. Yep, Lincoln.
Based on my definition, John Adams.
Oh my God, we're going back to Adams.
Oh, okay. Because, he was the first. Oh no, Washington. Actually, Washington.
Oh, here we go.
Because he didn't affiliate with a party.
He was in the Whigs.
No, Washington did not affiliate with a party.
He was in the...
He did not affiliate with a party. He was actively against politicians picking sides and
but
picking parties.
He did start, whether he wanted to or not,
he did.
One of the first parties. And John Adams was on the same same party.
The people that came after him were the ones that actually were the
gave it labels.
Of that party. They founded the party. He did not. He preached, endlessly about the problems of establishing a two-party system and how it would ruin this country. Kind of crazy how right he was.
Yeah, well, a lot of good it did us.
Well, at least he tried. It's all of his successors that fucked it up.
For all the faults he probably had that will all overlook and continue to overlook for all of time because he was the first president and he's George Washington. He did do some things that were pretty good, like trying to set precedent of having a two-term lead. And if that's true, then trying to also not lean into a two-party system.
Yeah.
But, But I'm not really here to fully support any of the founding fathers because they were mostly all slave owners. And
what about Alexander Hamilton?
Well, you see, he'll never be recognized as a founding father, so it sucks to suck.
I'm pretty sure he is recognized as a founding father. He has a whole musical written about him.
Yeah, because he wasn't being recognized as a founding father.
So he is now, and he will for all future generations.
Let's not push it.
I think that Lin-Manuel Miranda's hit musical, Hamilton, shall exist for millennia. And I think it will really push a whole new generation to really accept Alexander Hamilton for all his great accomplishments.
Yeah, like cheating on his wife.
And establishing a central bank.
Yeah, and teaching his son how to lose a duel.
And other good things he did. In New York, you can be a new man. That's all I'm going to say about that. If that means cheating on your wife, then don't take it that way.
Anyway, all right. We haven't gone too far. I'm just gonna throw out there. I think Obama would be doing pretty well. I think Obama could throw a pretty mean hook, and he was one of the younger presidents.
I think he'd do all right.
I think he was definitely in better shape than most of the presidents,
After a year,
even after a year.
I mean, at the end of his term. Well, at the end of his, we're not doing that.
We are not doing that
We're
because,
not doing that.
let's be honest, a lot of them would not be doing great.
Yeah, a lot of them would be dead.
No, a few of them were.
Many of them were.
A few of them were dead well before the end of their term.
Also true.
JFK would be out of this running.
Zach Taylor.
Okay.
Right?
I'm going to have to be reminded as to who he is.
He's the president.
One of them.
He was the one, I'm pretty sure, that made Texas a state.
Yeah.
He fought in the Mexican-American War.
Okay.
And he annexed, well, he allowed Texas to peacefully enter into the United States.
He convinced Texas to peacefully enter the United States?
Yeah, by giving them support militarily against their terrible Mexican overlords. According to their history, there being Texas history and or, early American history and our exceptionalism.
I don't want to go into this too much because I think it would be a great topic for another time. But I do find the idea and thing that happens of depending on where you grow up in the U.S., your history education growing up is entirely different.
Yes.
And I learned this very bluntly in college talking to a woman who was an interesting lass who grew up in the San Francisco area who really didn't learn much about the revolution because why would they? And I was like, I don't understand.
We touched upon this
so much of my history.
Briefly in a previous episode.
Oh, wow. You can't do that. So.
Well, because we talked about, remember we talked about, I brought up the social studies frameworks and how, we teach according to what's local to us. So, the history that matters is the history that we can see and that, we were a part of.
Was that in a recorded episode or a lost tape?
No, this was released. It was. You can keep eyebrowing me all you want. I distinctly remember this happening.
You know what we didn't mention?
What?
How different Texas's history is from probably California's or ours.
Yeah, we're Hawaii.
Oh, God. I hope Hawaii's okay.
They're fine.
How do you think they teach their history class? I wonder. Hey, remember when the invaders kept coming back?
Hey, you remember when that one company really just came in here with a privately employed army and took us over? Capitalism.
Oof.
We want pineapples and coconuts. Anyway, you know why we're talking about Hawaii is because Obama.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think Obama would do pretty well in this fight against the other presidents.
I think he's up there.
I
I saw an interview with Obama not too long ago, probably a couple days ago. It was a short little it was clips from an interview. There it is. We're getting there.
Okay.
I saw clips from an interview
Mm-hmm.
with former President Obama a couple days ago. I don't know when the interview was. I saw it a couple days ago.
Okay.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. And they were talking about his the list that he released of all the books that he reads every year, his playlist that he released, and
what
all that, and the movies he watches every year.
You know what? I'm also going to throw out there: Obama's probably the coolest president.
He's up there. He's definitely up there. But so the thing was like, the interviewer asked him like, "Do you actually like read these books and like watch movies and make these playlists sort of thing, right?" Um, and he responded with, "Yes, absolutely." Like, because he asked him, so the interviewer asked him a specific question about the plot of one of the books, and he started going into with like minute details about what happened in the book.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's like, yeah, yes, these things I put out, like, I'm not lying to you. Like, yes, I read these books. I think they're cool. I think you should, know about them. Like my Spotify playlist. He said, yes, I forget who it was, but yes, I have this artist on there, and yes, I listen to them. And they're like some newer person that I have never heard of before. Yeah. So
he, Obama keeping it real for a president and person in politics, and I appreciate that about him.
Yeah, is that what you appreciate about him?
Oh, it might be.
Oh.
And
he could probably throw a punch.
I thought of a couple interesting things while you were responding.
Yeah.
The first one being, do you think him and Lincoln would have a hard time fighting each other?
Who, Obama and Lincoln?
Yeah.
No. I think we have to remove all like pretense of like their individual personalities.
Wow.
Right? Like
what?
This is
we're just making them robots fighting each other?
Yes.
No, I'm not for that, and I'll get to why in a minute. Actually, you know what? This is not a bad segue. We have left out a very important figure in our presidential history.
Who was a robot?
Maybe, honestly. Who I don't think he's in the top 10, but man, I would love to see it happen. Nixon.
I think
he would fight dirty.
I think he can throw a punch.
I think he can throw a punch.
He's definitely top 22.
I think he could throw a punch. I think he could take a punch.
He's probably top 20. Well, he's got the cheeks for it. Like you would go to punch him, and then like your hand would just get lost in the face somewhere, and you wouldn't be able to pull it out. And he's like, "Gotcha, bitch!" And then I'll come back and swing at you.
Gotcha, bitch.
Right? Like, how do you think I trapped the Democrats?
So, fuck. That's awesome. The kids love the dog. We'll keep the dog. A fun fact I didn't know is because I always thought Obama was the youngest president, but what Jackie was.
I thought JFK was the youngest president.
Obama's the youngest elected. What Jackie pointed out to me, what I didn't know, is that Ford was the youngest to hold office. Apparently, I think.
Okay.
I did not fact check her because I know better.
Fair. You made a smart choice.
But she told me that Ford was the youngest to hold office. I did not know that, and that was because Nixon chose him to make sure he had somebody to pardon his ass.
Yeah. Listen, Ford gets a bad rap, I think.
Probably. I mean, most of them do. Taft might not have been as bad as he was.
I mean, if he can get out of the tub.
Yeah, and if he doesn't elect all of his friends into cabinet positions for them to do absolutely nothing.
Grant did the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but Grant could fight.
Maybe.
No, he could.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure.
But that was a huge fucking scandal. Like, when Grant brought all his friends in, that was a huge scandal.
Yeah.
Taft was not progressive enough for the Republican Party. That's why Teddy, created the Bull Moose Party, because he was a progressive Republican back then.
But he technically got elected under the Republican Party.
Who?
Teddy.
On his initial term.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came back and ran as Bull Moose and split the Republican vote, and that's why Woodrow Wilson won.
Interesting.
Yeah, in 1912.
Wilson probably wouldn't do great.
No, he was old.
Not to be ageist, but yeah.
He was old. Well, because like there was those things. I know we're not doing like I know we're just doing first year, right? But in his later term, in his second term, in the last 2 years of his second term, there was like I think months where like he just wasn't seen by anyone. Like,
I remember hearing about that.
I thought he was like holed up in bed, like sick. Potentially, I think they were questioning his senility.
Well, yeah, because they didn't want anybody to. I think it was like they really didn't want any kind of weak showing of the president,
right?
So they chose to completely you're not seeing him.
Especially, during the war.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I am going to slightly change the question.
Okay.
Instead of a fist fight, just flat out fight to death. Do you think that this changes at all?
If it's a fight to the death instead of a fist fight?
Yep.
Yes.
Like, not a lot of hold bars. I'm not going to...
Well, are we allowing weapons?
Not yet. You know what actually my first thought of this was what if the presidents did a celebrity death match?
Okay.
So, they kind of use weapons. They also kind of fuck up their bodies to kill each other. So, you know what? Whatever.
If you're allowed to use weapons, Truman wins.
Truman did not develop the weapon he used.
He's the only president that's ever dropped an atomic bomb.
You know what, though? It's a one-on-one fight. He'd die, too. So, just saying. Almost at the same time.
Yeah, but he pressed the button. So, it's really a murder-suicide.
Who?
And a win.
I don't... By the way, the American politics works? Yeah.
That's a win. That's a big win right there. Who are you kidding? But if no weapons, or non-nuclear weapons, then anyone...
Not guns.
Okay, well, I was about to... fuck me then.
Yeah.
Because, anyone who was born after
because that just
1930.
That just gives them an advantage based on, year. I don't want that. I want this still to be a fucking gruesome fight to the death.
Okay. Knives.
I'm not limiting it to different hand weapons, but hand weapons in general.
Well, you said no guns.
Fucking sabers, for all I care.
You said no guns.
Yeah, no guns. Okay. It can be knives. It can be sabers. It can be bats. I don't care.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying the advancements in technology,
Yeah.
We're still going to favor the newer ones.
I don't know how much I
agree. Metal bats versus wooden bats.
Yeah, fine. But if we're letting them just get weapons, I don't know, man. Some of the old freaking swords and knives are going to do some weird and fucked up damage, and they've only gotten so much better.
Yeah, they've only gotten so much better, so the newer ones are going to be better.
Yeah, we could just hit them once and take it. Like
you get hit by an old one, and then you're like, wow, what the fuck is this? Here's how we kill people today. Dead. This is America. This is how we kill people today, damn it.
Are we giving Teddy the fist fight?
I would love to. I don't... Unless... Can you think of any... Well, Grant, but I think Teddy would still win.
I think Teddy would probably win. If we go all-out fight...
How about Chester Arthur?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad we're in agreement on that one. What about Harrison? Benjamin Harrison.
Benjamin Harrison.
The answer is no. What about William Henry Harrison?
The answer is better, but no.
Okay. Coolidge? Calvin Coolidge? Cool Cal?
No. Carter would beat Coolidge.
You think Cool Cal's going to win in the fight?
I think Carter would beat Coolidge.
Okay. I think Hoover would beat Coolidge.
Oof. Talk about some depressed presidents.
Ike would beat Coolidge.
Ike would be especially in the death match, not the fist fight, would probably beat a few people.
Yeah, he'd have tanks.
All right. The other thing I want to bring up is instead of okay, we got fist fight, we got death match, but just best fight, not like a blowout, not like who's gonna win, but we pit two against each other. What's just a good freaking brawl?
who's gonna like really
just go for it until they can't go no more against each other.
I think Jackson's a part of that one.
You do?
I do. I think he's like, he was a jackass. You know what I mean? Like that's the reason that the Democrats are a donkey because he was a jackass. He's gonna go until he ain't gonna go no more.
Jackson against Teddy would probably be pretty good.
That I would watch that fight.
I would probably watch that fight.
I would probably watch that fight on pay-per-view.
Like celebrity deathmatch style, I would probably watch that fight.
Yeah. Like if we resurrected them just to fight each other, which would be a dumb thing to do.
No, that's what we're in it for.
This is America.
This is America.
They
would understand.
Yeah. Yeah, we would do that. And then Jackson would be like, what the fuck? Why are all these Native Americans still alive?
No! You're right, but fuck.
Yeah, dude, he was fucked up. What the fuck? Why do we still have a central bank? I thought I destroyed that.
Yeah, we wouldn't let them see what's going on. Let's be real. It'd be bad for them, mostly.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why is the Panama Canal gone? Teddy's saying,
Jimmy Carter is like, I hope you're allergic to peanuts.
Allergies would fuck up older presidents, huh? No.
They don't have them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they don't have them because the media wouldn't allow us to know they had them.
I want to argue, but there's like a decent chance you're right.
Yeah, just like the Wilson
We
thing.
just did the Wilson thing. They have to, strong image of the president.
You have to, cover their asses. And there are small things that we learn about presidents throughout history that are like weird, hidden things. But most of the time, it just makes them more badass. It doesn't it's not weakening them at all.
Yeah, unless they're Thomas Jefferson.
Well, yeah, but he was fucked, dude.
Yeah, but we didn't learn that until
he also fucked. But
yeah, that's why he's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not letting that go this episode, in case you're wondering.
No. We should never let him off the hook.
No, he did some very beneficial things for the country as president. He was not a good person.
No. Did you see that Key and Peele skit?
No.
So there was a Key and Peele skit that was like it was an Ancestry.com ad.
Oh no!
Yeah, and it was everyone was like, I found out I was related to this person. I found out I was related to this person, and there was a lot of people on there that said, I found out I was related to Thomas Jefferson.
Oh no!
Yeah,
yeah.
It was yeah. It was funny.
I bet a lot of them weren't white.
It was a good skit. None of them were. One of them might have been.
Oh well, maybe one.
It was funny. It was a good skit.
You know what? Part of the reason why I would bring up just best fight overall.
Oh yes. Okay. Sorry. Yes.
No, it's okay. But trust me, I've been having a great time. Is because I feel like just for best fight overall to the death, what would be entertaining to watch and really gruesome, honestly, would be our last two presidents.
Wait, our current one and our last one?
Yep.
Or our last two?
No, our current and our last.
I was thinking that too. I think it's going to be sad and floppy, and like after a while, we're just going to get sick of watching it, but we're still going to watch it.
Guess what, Kevin? That's what I fucking want.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to watch two old men just beating it?
I do. I think that is an underrated thing that could happen. Think about it. Nothing to lose. I am fighting you so hard until I don't care if I'm dead.
I'm fighting you so hard right now.
I have nothing to lose. Biden versus Trump.
I'd watch it. 100%.
You know what?
I think I would host a viewing party for it, I think.
I don't even know exactly who would win.
That's a hard one.
Politics aside, I know who completely just
that has
literally
nothing to do with it. Yeah, just looking at their physical.
Neither of them are good.
No,
and
one of them, ate what was it, McDonald's or Burger King or something every day.
It was fast food. I think Trump ate McDonald's, Big Macs every fucking day.
Yeah, and Biden, he's losing his brain at a rapid pace.
He's fallen a few times. He's not doing his best.
A lot of times. Mostly when leaving planes.
That's hard. You know, altitude change. You get a little dizzy. You're old.
There it is. See? Yeah, I was going to say no. Okay, yeah, now it makes sense. I like it would be so sad to watch though, I think.
No.
Because it's just like
No. I want two people who have nothing left to live. Just fucking. They don't care. They don't care. They just want the other dead.
Again, I would watch it. It would be interesting. Man. And I don't know who else would like fit the bill. Like like my brain also went to current and most recent, right? Biden, Trump,
Yeah,
right.
I think they're back to back the oldest elected presidents.
Yeah, what does that say for our country?
We're having a hard time right now.
Yeah, let's not talk. We're not talking about that.
We're all a little depressed, and we don't know where to put our faith, and nobody trusts anybody or wants to be progressive, or the exact opposite, which is what every fucking thing is going right now. It's just we're very polarized, and that's not what I want to do right now. But that's kind of the issue with not electing anybody younger. This has got moderate, but still really polarized. You got to go fucking old as shit.
So, I watched another video 2 days ago.
As one does.
It's this Canadian guy, and he comments on like American politics occasionally, different things. And the video was about how, as of the last probably decade or so, the amount that Americans shit on America has drastically increased. And I'm not saying we shouldn't, and I'm not saying we don't have every right to. But he was like positing the argument that like the reasons for it, one, it is the polarization, right? Because both like the extreme left and the extreme right are saying, wow, look at how shitty our country is.
100%.
In order to, get people on their side, right?
Or against it. Yeah, whatever. Sure.
Yeah, either way, right? It's like, oh, can you believe what these people are doing to our country, or what these people, right? You know what I mean? Either way.
No, yeah.
Or it's like, our country is so shitty, here's what we need to do to fix it, right? But it's become such a big thing this last decade because of the polarization of America generally, and like how fucking we can't agree on goddamn anything anymore. So,
no, it's really fucking hard, and it doesn't. I think if you boil down a lot of what people want in either direction, it's not that different. Just nobody can agree on a goddamn thing on how to get there.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think part of it's I don't think it's lack of education, which is weird because that's always what I want to say. And I think that could be part of it, but I think it's like different.
That's only because
I think it's different thought processes.
That's only because we're indoctrinated as college-educated people to be more progressive. Because our universities in general, are usually more left-leaning.
But is that a fault of the fucking universities, or is that literally because we're learning how things happen and we don't agree with conservative thought process?
Probably both.
Like I always hated that argument. It's like, oh, you went to the college, so now you must be really left. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I didn't go and take classes that made me more left leaning. I went to go take. I mean, my fucking major.
You did.
I know my major.
You did.
Is urban and community studies, and is primarily held by like people looking to get into social work. 100%. That was not the path I chose. It's the path I went, and none of the things I learned were wrong.
Right, but here's the thing, Rob.
Sure.
The sources that were chosen to be presented to you came from left-leaning individuals. Like, this is something we talked a lot about in our education program, like how our implicit biases naturally come through in the material that we're teaching based on what we choose as the sources of information. Because if you're giving a source that is, leaning in one particular way, then it's going to come across as authoritative based on, your role as a teacher, right? Like you have more authority. You're providing this as a source that is providing factual information, and because the source itself has a particular political lean to it, it's going to be accepted as factual, and that political lean is going to also kind of, be impressed upon your students.
That makes a lot of sense. And I'm just going to throw this out there. I generally don't trust most people, whether or not they're trying to teach me anything in general. And I think that as a life lesson, trying to be less shitty to other people shouldn't be something that's political.
Yes. But the way in which we go about being less shitty to people and who we're being less shitty to.
Just everybody. Just everybody.
Wow.
Just be less shitty to everybody.
But here's the thing, Rob.
Yeah.
Certain people deserve to be even less shitted on than others.
Shit on everybody. Shit on everybody equally. Shit on no one.
But
nope. I don't know if I even agree with that.
But there's a split in our politics, It's like, who should we focus on not being shat on more?
I don't like that.
I'm not saying it's a thing we should like or dislike. It's just a perspective, right?
I agree. I understand. It's just, why does that have to be where we're at? Why can't you just try and do something that's good?
Yeah, good for who?
I don't even care. I just want to be living a little bit better than I am right now. And not looking to figure out what people's political agenda are, to figure out whether or not they're shitty and being a dick. Like, can't I just look at somebody and they're be like, yeah, I'm just trying to be happy, and I don't need to take somebody else's happiness away from them in order to do that.
I don't think that the people who are looking to help others are actively thinking about who they're shitting on. So you'd said, why can't we help people without shitting on others? I don't think they see it as they're shitting on others. They just see it as they're helping one group. And, isn't that what we're all trying to do, is just help people?
Yeah, but what if the group is yourself, then no.
Really?
If the group is yourself inclusive, exclusive. If the group is yourself exclusive, it's like, I want to help me, and I don't care about anybody else.
Okay. What if the me that needs to be helped is the one individual in this world that needs help more than anyone else?
Then you're probably not in a position to make policy.
Sure. But like, is it still, they're
not who we're worried about here, Kev.
Who are we worried about?
The people who are actively running and getting advanced in politics and turning people against other people for their own benefit.
Who's doing that?
Literally most of them.
I
was going to say all of them, but I can't say that effectively.
Who am I being actively turned against, Rob?
Probably your fellow Americans for votes.
Yeah, that's true. Yo, but fuck my fellow Americans, though. Is the thing. I don't trust any of them. Not even you.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, I know. I know. I did think of another totally off-brand, nothing to do. Well, yes to do, but not to do.
I was going to say, off-brand is hard to hit, but okay.
No, fair. I thought of another interesting fight.
Oh, good.
I think it would be kind of crazy to see the presidents that are known for not doing anything fight.
Do you think they'd fight harder?
I think they want, right? They have to oh, I need to establish my name more. You know what I mean? So like a fucking like a Chester Arthur.
Like if this was Coliseum gladiator fights, they're like, okay, my name hasn't been known enough. It's time.
Yeah, I think Chester Arthur is one of them because like he needs to get his name out there more. Like I know him just because I know history and I'm a nerd, but like who the fuck's gonna remember he was a president?
I feel like Hoover versus Coolidge would be fun.
That would be interesting because who gets the blame, right?
Whoever loses the fist fight, fight to the death.
Whoever loses the fight to the death is the one that officially gets blamed for the Great Depression.
That's so fucked.
Well, no. Wait.
Whoever loses gets credited for.
What about Harding though?
We're not talking about who actually should be blamed.
Well, Hoover actually is blamed a lot, and I mean.
I said should be, not is.
Fair. Well, that's always the thing for me too. Is like when it comes to like economic policies.
Yeah, probably not the president.
Right. Like anything that the president like inputs or like establishes, you don't see the full effects of it until like 2 years after.
Yeah.
So like. Now us in here 2023, we are now seeing the actual effects of Biden's early economic policies.
Yeah, trying to counteract 4 years ago Trump economic policies.
Right. So it's like what I mean?
That's why presidents really need 8 years in order to actually have it be blamed or taken for anything.
Yeah.
Because the 4 years is like, okay, well, you tried and you probably fucked some shit up. In some cases, more than others, because it's easier to fuck things up than to fix them.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's really tough, and the president does not control the price of gas. I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, kind of.
You know another interesting fight though. I would want to see Nixon versus JFK.
Nixon v. JFK.
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like there was some tension there back in the days, and they didn't get to effectively show it. Ooh, also,
fair.
Somebody we haven't mentioned, Reagan versus JFK.
I don't know if that would be as good of a fight.
One was an actor, one fucked an actress.
Basically the same, right? I mean, who are actors except people that fuck actresses?
Ooh, I mean, not all of them. Maybe I have no idea.
I don't know. It was just
so far removed.
Yeah, it was just a saying that it's not even a saying. It just
a saying.
Yeah, it's a saying. It just kind of rolled off the brain, and it sounded like something that was said before, which is really that's all we do. Ever.
Actresses?
Yeah.
I'm not willing to commit to that.
That wasn't what I was saying, but yes. I'm going to stand firm on it now. Because isn't everyone just an actor or an actress? Because we're all putting on a facade in the society that we're in. And we're not really being our true and meaningful selves.
Don't make me slap you. Why are you trying to do this? We're having presidents fight to the death for no good reason.
Sorry. You're right. Okay, my bad. The topic for another time.
Really, what I'm trying to get to here is that there should be more old people fight scenes in movies.
Okay.
I don't know why we were so far removed from that.
I think there are in comedies.
No. Not the way I want it.
Not the way you want it?
No. I want celebrity deathmatch. I want, like, John Wick fucking hand-to-hand fights. What was that movie? Red? I think it was just called Red. Which is supposed to be, like, the old people actors as old people spies killing people. Like, nothing left to lose. You didn't... Yeah, it had, like, Bruce Willis and Morgan Freeman, and I'm pretty sure it was called Red.
Maybe. I have never heard of this.
You should check it out if that's what it's called. Because I mean, honestly, I'm spitballing here, but I'm pretty sure something like that.
The Expendables 3. It's just old people fighting each other.
Yeah, but it's old people like fighting foreign countries who are potentially less economically stable.
Sure.
For no reason.
But it's old people fighting each other.
It's old people fighting with guns.
Yeah, I mean, they fucking...
It's old action...
Sylvester Stallone was in that one.
It's old action actors
Hold
fighting...
on.
Okay.
Hold on. Grudge Match. The movie? Grudge Match?
Oh.
Sylvester Stallone and...
Robert
De Niro.
Robert De Niro. I didn't see it. Did you see it?
Yes.
Was it good?
Yes. I mean, that wasn't recent. I think that came out, like, 2008?
No, that was, like, 2018.
No.
It was not that long ago.
Yes. Like, it was, I think it was in the noughts. It might be the late noughts. It may be the early teens. But...
I strongly disagree. We're not looking it up right now.
We're not. But I know it was in 2018.
I think it's somewhere in between what we said, but I think it's newer than what you're saying. So
I think it's way older than what you're saying. But anyways.
Anyways. Interesting take.
Yes, because, like, you know.
It was Rocky versus the Raging Bull.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And like, it actually, old people fighting.
But no, I don't want boxing match, Kevin. I want, like, revenge plot. They're now in their, like, late 80s. They literally just have nothing but hatred for each other left in their being. Gruesome fight scene. This is honestly one of the first times I had hung out with TK, Jackie, and her sister. This was brought up, and I don't think anybody remembers it anymore. And all I've been thinking about since, like, episode 1 of the podcast is how do I bring up the most gruesome fight scene? And I'm like, presidents. All the presidents are old. They would probably want to fight each other for a whole bunch of reasons.
But here's the thing, Rob.
Yeah.
I don't think I think there's a problem in the premise. Let me phrase it that way.
Okay.
Because there's often many talks, many examples from memoirs, recounted experience of elderly people saying that when you reach a certain age, you let go of a lot of shit.
I don't care. That's not what I want.
The anger's not there anymore.
There are some.
They don't want to fight to the death as much as they did when they were in their 30s.
I completely agree. However, we have all met the angry old person.
Yeah, but they're not fighting to the death, right, Maisie?
Oh, but they might. But what if we got them to? Celebrity death match, only old people. Judge Judy.
Whoa,
we're coming for you. Judy Shineland.
Whoa.
You're going to be out here fighting Reba for some reason.
She's not that old.
Betty White, Judy Shineland.
Dead.
Fuck, I'm too late.
Yeah.
I made this premise a long time ago. I want Judge Judy fighting Oprah Winfrey. To the death.
Okay.
Celebrity deathmatch style.
I'm gonna.
If nobody else has heard of Celebrity Deathmatch, it was this gruesome claymation from the 90s where you got two random celebrities and a whole bunch of pop culture jokes, and they killed each other in the most ridiculous of fucking ways. Yeah. I don't remember who, but one of them tore off their nipples and threw them at each other as like a buzzsaw. I swear, I don't remember what episode, but it was crazy.
I believe you. I remember there being a...
There's definitely at least one Michael Jackson
One of the
match.
Olsen twins
had
one. I don't remember who they fought. Or maybe it was a tag match. I don't know. It might have been the Olsen twins versus someone else. Or one of... Paris Hilton, I think, was on an episode.
Probably. I know Michael Jackson.
I do remember the Michael Jackson one.
Yep.
There's a lot of random individuals.
Yes, it was the 90s, so yes.
Yeah.
Early 2000s? Sometime around there. Turn of the century.
Yeah. I'm less confident in when Celebrity Deathmatch came out compared to Grudge Match.
Fair.
Grudge Match 100% was like 2008. Celebrity Deathmatch Yeah, whenever. Late 90s, early 2000s. I had a point. It's gone.
If you're wondering, we're on our 6th margarita.
Shh, don't worry about
Somebody's getting pegged.
Don't worry about
based on the song.
Well, anyways. Old people don't want to fight to the death. But if we make them fight to the death.
But if there was a reason, if we got enough cause, I think that it's just not something that's been portrayed in movies enough. And honestly, they have nothing. Not all of them. I'm really.
They have nothing to lose.
I'm really getting but like
old people have nothing to lose.
It's not true. It's not true. A lot of old people are great.
They've lived a great life. They have nothing left. It's time to die for a cause, and that cause is we want to watch you fight.
I'm just saying it could be a really, really great match. Like we don't get that. We get a lot of like really jacked men fighting each other. We occasionally get other. That's usually what it is.
It wouldn't be great,
but why not? Adrenaline kicks in, takes over all of the elements.
I saw a Ric Flair match this year.
Yeah, but
it was not good.
Ric Flair against who? He fought this year?
Yes.
That match is like dead.
He fought this year in his quote-unquote final retirement match, except part 2, part 1, whatever.
Against?
I don't remember. I think, no. It was in TNA.
Oh, nobody cares.
No, it wasn't in TNA. I don't remember. I watched the match. I don't remember who it was against. I remember just being so saddened by how shitty he looked.
I just had such a great thought about who he should fight. It would be amazing, and I can't remember.
Sting.
No, worse.
Sting has too much youth.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I want like Ric Flair versus like
Joe Biden.
No, Biden and Trump, I really think best fight.
Yeah. Ric Flair, Trump? They might be pretty similar.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't fight. They'd team up. That'd be a tag team.
Well, I just meant like their
point of view, yeah.
No. No, I mean I think it would be very sad to watch the two of them fight.
Oh.
You know. Well, sorry, Ric Flair, but you really need to step up your game. Stop being so old.
Yeah, retire.
Yeah, let your daughter do it.
Let your daughter's daughter do it at this point.
AKA your son in hiding.
Don't do that.
What?
That's not appropriate.
You've never heard Andrew's theory?
No.
You've never heard?
Andrew's not allowed to have theories.
Theory?
He is a theory.
He is a theory. When a theory produces a theory.
Oh, God. Is that immediately myth?
It's definitely mythical. That's too dark. We can't go into that now. Anyways. I think it's about time, Rob.
About time?
I think it's about time.
About time for what?
To say goodbye.
You trying to bring Hamilton back into this poorly?
No.
But like Washington versus Lincoln?
No, they would just like. Again, I think Lincoln is too much of a pure wrestler. I would want to see Abraham Lincoln versus Bryan Danielson.
Abraham Lincoln versus Donald Trump.
Yo. Trump would get his ass beat. Like, I don't think Lincoln's losing that one. Not even close.
I'm not complaining, though.
I think Lincoln might win with the bullet in his head.
He did try for, 3 days?
Something like that. Like,
he was doing crazy.
He was doing pretty all right.
Man just needed some penicillin, which wasn't invented for, another
Lincoln McKinley.
80 years. Wall shot?
Wall shot. Oh, Lincoln v. McKinley while they both have a bullet in them.
No.
That's really a fight to the death. They're both dying. So, who's going to win in the end?
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, and these are the kind of fucked up thoughts that you came here to listen to.
Wow. If you made it through this and for some reason gave a shit enough about us talking about presidents that you've maybe heard the name of once.
Chester Arthur. I think I mentioned him 6 times in this episode.
You really wanted to get his name out there for some reason.
He deserves it. He doesn't. We didn't mention Rutherford B. Hayes a single time.
Why would we?
A good question.
Name of Jackie. Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter would lose.
Great humanitarian. Terrible president.
Terrible. Knuckleheaded.
Terrible.
And terrible. Childish, some might even say. But yes, you made it, I guess. I don't think we made it, but you made it.
You made it. And for that, we're grateful.
Yeah. And so thank you. And as always, we love you.
He does.